Kia ora everybody, Celeste Daly and
Kiwi Phil here.
Coming to you from Logan River Parklands with our next instalment of Finance Unbundled, helping you get all the information that you need to get into your first home. So we have our family, Parker and Penelope, with their 2 children who have gone through the overview of looking at a property. They've looked at their income, they've looked at their deposit, etc. Phil, we hear that there are ways that people can get help to get into their first home. Can you take us through the first of those?
Absolutely, I certainly can. All right, so the first way that people can get into a home here in Queensland is through the First Homeowners Grant. Now, the First Homeowners Grant is available to anyone who has not previously owned a home in Australia. And there's a lot of Kiwis out there don't realise that we are 100% eligible for that grant. So the grant at the moment is $20,000 and it's available on any property up to the value of about $750,000. At the moment there's a little bit of uncertainty around the grant come the 30th of June because it's going to expire on that date, but the feedback that we are getting at the moment is it will go to $15,000. So that's a great kickstart to get you into your home. Now, in further episodes we are going to talk about how that grant works in relation to deposit. I think there's an important discussion that we need to have, so stay tuned for that.
Can I also ask, Phil, is it for new and existing homes?
Yeah, good question. The house has to be brand new, never lived in. So the whole purpose of it was to get the construction market booming here in Queensland, which it's certainly done, and to help first homeowners out. So the home has to either be a new build, construction, or it can be what's called a turnkey, which means the house is sitting there. It has just never ever been lived in before. Alright, so now that you've heard about First Homeowners Grant, again a wonderful initiative to get people into property, there's also another way that we can do it. So Celeste, do you want to tell how Penelope and Parker can save for their deposit in other ways?
Yes, I'd love to. So if we look at the First Home Super Saver Scheme, that's the government's way of helping you to build your deposit. Now, they will allow you to put additional money into your super pre-tax that can then be withdrawn at a later date to help you towards your deposit for your first home. So the example I used recently is a person who makes $55,000 a year pre-tax. If they were able to put $10,000 a year into their super additional, that would actually be the equivalent of $6,400 post-tax. So there's a big saving that you can get there from putting your money in pre-tax.
Okay.
So there's a massive tax advantage and massive savings advantages, and just to be aware though that the money can only be used for your first home. So once it's in there, it can't be taken out for any other purpose. So everyone's situation is different though, and that's why they come to us for the advice about how that will affect their own situations. This is just general advice only for today, but it's certainly something that's worth looking for if you've decided that a first home is something that you'd like to definitely purchase.
Yeah, one of the things that you hear about a lot when you come over to Australia is that there's not a lot of support over here for us as Kiwis. Buying your first home is one area where we do get treated exactly the same as an Australian citizen.
Correct.
So with the First Homeowners Grant, with the super, that's open to anyone who lives here. It's a wonderful initiative to get people into homes. Okay.
That's right.
Sweet.
So to get in contact with Phil or I directly, I'm the financial planner, and you can find me at Family First Financial Solutions via Facebook.
And I'm also on Facebook if you just search for Aussie Kiwi Phil. Next week we're going to be talking about budgeting because that's an important part of getting yourself ready to buy your first home. So until then,